Is one step closer to its goal of creating a hub to provide for people experiencing homelessness. Today, Wichita City Council approving 3 motions to move the multi-agency center forward, including the acquisition of the former Park Elementary School. 12 News reporter Sean Logging looks at the next steps to get a winter shelter ready. Sean?
Rachel, one more step. The Wichita School Board still needs to sign off on that sale. That's expected to happen here next week, but the city of Wichita now looking to move quickly as it's on a tight timeline, hoping to get a winter shelter set up and going here around Thanksgiving. But the actions today, significant progress in what's been a long sought after resource. The hope.
The number's growing, and it's time that the community get more engaged to try to curb the trend.
The goal, moving closer to reality.
Today is a big day, a day that we've all anxiously been waiting for.
The Wichita City Council approving the acquisition of the former Park Elementary building for $1 to create the multi-agency center to be a hub for housing and homelessness services.
It is, workforce development services, connecting people with who are food insecure, getting people connected to mainstream benefits, helping them get their Social Security or their SSI if they haven't.
Also greenlighted was $2.2 million of federal COVID funding that will be used for phase 1 of renovations to get the winter shelter running by Thanksgiving. Council member Maggie Ballard has been working on this effort and says it will rely on public-private partnerships.
The city will provide the space, obviously, but we are not in the shelter business. That is not what we're the best at, but that is what we can bring to the table, and we are really going to be leaning on providers.
Dave Hodge of Union Rescue Mission was at Council Tuesday speaking in support of the MAC. He says while governance and funding of the MAC still need to be worked out, Union Rescue Mission is one of the providers that have been part of the conversation to get this off the ground.
Brings us all together in one place. We're in the community, but we're fragmented. It makes it hard for somebody without transportation and means to get to the various providers. Work
to get that hub in place will be part of phase 2, following once the winter shelter is running to create those office, medical, and even pet spaces. Phase 3 is a 75-unit apartment and non-congregate shelter building directly west of the school, which will be dependent if the city is awarded funding from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The city says in the next 10 days it will be putting out a request to find an operator to run the winter shelter for this winter. But before that can open, fire sprinklers need to be installed in the building along with controlled access. And to the north side of the building, an 8-foot tall privacy wall will also be built.
Sean.